Are we ready for this? Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah guys, are we ready for the Eurofighter? First things first, obviously I already did some videos talking about the Eurofighter, but never with a mod like this, and of course never after we had the M120s being added, the Fox 3s being added, right? So I had to do another video. I did one like at early stages of this year, but I just had to do another one right now just because the game completely changed from that. So let's talk a little bit about it. But before we do that, you can go in the links in the description. I have everything of the author of this, which is Noffie, which is... I just realized that the name is actually there. So thank you Noffie for actually doing this amazing mod. Again, I will leave the links in the description for his channel and for the download of this in War Thunder Live, okay? So here we are just test flying it. It is a pretty good model, I must say. Even the cockpit, is here. Obviously, I mean, it's low fidelity, but it doesn't matter, it's pretty cool to have a cockpit even there, and it is very interesting to see this. It's an aircraft that it is the logical step up from what we have right now, and yeah, will it be OP? Are we ready for this? So let's talk a little bit about it. So in my opinion, yes, we are ready. With some minor things. There's two things that I really think that are needed for an aircraft such as this and what this aircraft represents to actually come to game. Remember, it's not only this aircraft itself, it's not just the Eurofighter being added. It would be a 4.5, 4 plus generation that we talked about in many videos already, right? And an aircraft such as this can actually be OP, like really OP, because the amount of missiles that it carries, the types of missiles that it carries, the types of IR missiles that it can carry, the radars, the performance, everything on this aircraft is a very big step up from what we have right now. Of course, we can have minor things being slightly nerfed, kinda, for example, we can have the Eurofighter coming with just the M120B instead of more modern missiles and etc., capping a little bit of the performance of its reach to actually do anything against other aircraft with missiles, on the sense that it would be the same as other aircraft, right? If you do that, then yes, it's one of the things that it would make it to actually come, and I think it will be how this thing will come. Before we get to more advanced M120s for more advanced Fox 3s in general, I'm pretty sure, this is only my opinion obviously, but I'm pretty sure that we will see these aircraft being added with the same missiles that we have right now. This would create a safe environment for them to actually test these aircraft and add them without too much of a power creep. The second thing is kind of related to that. How do you don't have a power creep? So that's the thing. Along with these aircraft being needed for certain nations like Germany, at the same time, they are not really for other nations, right? And it can create a power creep, right? So everybody needs to have something that they kind of had in this patch. Everybody received a new Fox 3 launcher. Everybody received something. This is always something that it's debatable because Gaijin never did that. They always like add to 2 or 3 nations, and then the next patch 2 or 3 nations more, and so on until everybody has something that it's competitive enough to be, on par with each other, right? This happened, for example, when the MiG-29s came, when the MiG-23 came to Germany, right? Every single time, or most of the time, not every single time, because there were times that, for example, the SMT was added, the MiG-21, right? And then, if I'm not mistaken, the MiG-21MF was added in the same patch, if I'm not mistaken. So there are circumstances where there are like more nations getting stuff that are on par with each other. But most of the time, apart from the last couple of patches, to be honest, everybody's receiving stuff, but along like 2 or 3 patches, right? And this is, I think, one of the major problems with, the Eurofighter, because At the same time that it is probably going to be capped by its performance, on the sense of like the weapon systems that it uses. At the same time that might happen to actually bring everybody to a more competitive situation where everybody will have a chance of killing everybody, even if you are flying a aircraft that it's inferior to something like the Eurofighter. You are still using the same missile, for example, and then or the same era of missile, and then you can kill the Eurofighter without too much hassle because you have the same weapons as him, you know. Even with that, there will still be a problem of everybody needing something that is comparable to this. And this is where I think the problem begins, because yes, I'm pretty sure that most countries have something that it's like this, but a lot of nations don't, or they would need to use the aircraft that they are using right now. One example is the Gripen. The Gripen, in my opinion, the first ones that we have in the game will probably be worse than an Eurofighter. You know, it's a, you know, technically, I think, technically an older design and stuff. But yeah, are they going to be bad? No. But the Eurofighter might have the edge on it, you know. And it's a question that we will only answer when it's added. But at the same time, you know, there's nothing else to be added there. What it will be added to Hungary and Italy, if it's not that? Well, Italy technically can have the Eurofighter, right? But there are nations that will have these problems. For example, the Swedish. Are we ready for a Gripen E? Is the Gripen E on par with the Eurofighter? Is a later model of the F-16, of the F-15, of the MiG-29 on par with the Eurofighter? So we will come from a semi-balanced position, or, you know, everybody has something that can do a lot of damage in top tier, unless you're talking about Germany, that it's like the main one that it's missing, something that it's 4th gen and firing Fox 3s, to something that everybody will have all these questions if they're going to be competitive or not, right? So at the end of the day, we need, like I said, two things. One of them is maybe for the Eurofighter and for other aircraft like this, when they're added, their missiles to be kept on the level that we have right now. And at the same time, we need everybody, or as much countries as possible, to receive this generation of aircraft. If we have these at the same time, we can have the Eurofighter right now. I don't think we will. I think we will see it at the end of the year, but still. Let me know in the comments what you think. This is my opinion only, of course. The Eurofighter is a mighty weapon. People tend to overestimate or underestimate its performance a lot of the times, just like the Noffie and many other aircraft, but on the very least, don't underestimate it. It's going to be very, very good. Okay? So I see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you think the Eurofighter is within reach of the performance that we have right now in the game. See you guys. Bye.